You want to have good sauces, and that is a good way to make everything taste good. Okay, well, so Tanya, let's get going with her. She has been with PlantDiego for a long time. She definitely has helped us get it going. We've been around since 2015, and she's been just forefront of it whenever she's around. She's an avid traveler, and she's also a retired lawyer, but now she's retired, so she's with us a lot more. Um, and yeah, she has a great story too. She can share with you briefly about why she's eating this way, and take it away.
Hello, everybody. My name's Tanya. I also go by Tani or Taniwani. And I became vegan back in 2012 because I got a diagnosis of diabetes, and it was pretty dangerous and medically not pretty for me. And so rather than go on the same route as my whole family with regard to, being at high risk for consequences such as glaucoma and amputations and just a shortened lifespan, I got some advice from my doctor that I could go vegan, and that was reversing diabetes. And he recommended that I go buy a book called Preventing and Reversing Diabetes by Dr. Neil Barnard. And I went and got the book and went vegan overnight. And 3 weeks later, I was diabetes free. So that was 13 years ago. And I'm still doing very, very well. Excellent blood glucose levels. So I enjoy the food very much, and I'm really proud and honored to be a part of this group and help everybody live a healthy lifestyle and avoid some of our most dangerous high risk diseases. So today I'm going to make a recipe that's straight out of Tracy's wonderful book, America Goes Vegan. And this is called a tantalizing tahini sauce. And it's really one of my favorites because it's one of those sauces that you could put on anything, salads and wraps and bowls and all kinds of different things. I love it on Mediterranean dishes with roasted vegetables and falafel. I love it on pitas and all kinds of different things. So um, I most frequently use it as a salad dressing. So mine is usually a little bit thinner than there's other choices. If you add less water, it can also be like a thicker sauce or like a dip for vegetables, or something to pour over your roasted vegetables. So it's just you would just adjust the amount of water that you add depending on what you're going to end up using it for. Um, so to get started, first we add, I'm going to be using my Vitamix blender. So all of the ingredients that I'm going to talk about today are going to go into the blender, and then I'm going to blend everything together. So it's like super, super easy. First we have some tahini, and this is what my tahini looks like. This one I get at Trader Joe's, but there's just about every supermarket has various brands. Um, and so the tahini looks like this. I've pre-measured a quarter cup, and so that's going to go into my blender. I do use a what's called a Vitamix blender. I'm not sure. Tracy, do you know can you use like a regular blender for this recipe? Probably, because there's nothing really heavy to chop.
Um, yes, I think you can, especially if you're using um some softer beans. And the recipe doesn't even, I did change it so it calls for garbanzo. You can use garbanzo beans. It's any white bean, really. And
Right.
garbanzo beans might be a little more fibrous or chunky, but if
Mhm.
you use Great Northern beans, those are going to be smoother and easier. But since I have a Vitamix, I use garbanzo beans all the time because I just keep them around all the time cooked. So yeah. So it's just, your favorite bean though. Yep. Oh,
So, the next ingredient is a half a cup of white beans. As Tracy indicated, you could use garbanzos. I used this particular type of bean. It's called I think it's called Great Northern bean, and it's just again from Trader Joe's. So that is half a cup, and so that just goes straight in the blender. And then the next ingredient is the water. And the water, like I said, it just varies depending on what you're going to use it for. I use it as a dressing, so I put the full amount, which is 3/4 of a cup. But if you want it thicker, more like a dip or a sauce, then you would just use half a cup. And so in goes my water. And then after that, I'm going to have a tablespoon of tamari sauce. This is what tamari sauce looks like. It's kind of in the Asian area of the supermarket. It's sort of like a soy sauce. And so that's just 1 tablespoon. Looks like this. And then I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. And rice vinegar is just kind of looks like this. It's in the supermarket where all the vinegars are. Just kind of looks like this. And so I'm going to pour that in, 2 tablespoons, like I said. And then we're going to do some Dijon. And I just use the good old French stuff, but you could use, any brand that you like. And that is 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, all into the blender. Like I said, it's really super, super easy. Not a whole lot of complex ingredients or anything. Then we have 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. I like it sort of garlicky, so I have 3.5 in there. But you can use less or more according to your own taste. And then a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. And there's a whole bunch of different brands of nutritional yeast, and it kind of looks like this. Mine's called Red Star. And so this is the nutritional yeast, and that is a 1/4 cup. And that's it. And then I just cover it. Now, I've been told that when I do this, even though it's super, super loud, that it's not going to be too bad for you guys. So I'm hoping that that's the case. Here it goes.
is it going?
Yeah, you don't hear it?
No, we don't hear it.
Oh, wow. So I heard right then. You don't hear it. Oh, good.
Well, Zoom is doing its job.
Wow. That's awesome. So,
Magic.
so I don't know if you can see it, but
Yeah, get your bowl.
yeah, you know what? Let me do that. So generally what I do is I have a bowl, and can you see my bowl? I'm sure if you can see that.
Beautiful.
Can everybody see that? This
Yeah.
has just all kinds of veggies and salad greens. It's got some kale. Maybe if I show you this side of it, it's got radishes, and the whole grain I'm using is called sorghum, which I just learned about this week from nutritionfacts.org. It's got chopped up tofu and beets and things like that. And so all I do with my tahini sauce is I just use it as a dressing, and I just kind of pour it all over, and I end up with this delicious bowl. I wanted to talk a little bit about the just real quick, the lesson that I learned from nutritionfacts.org today. The sorghum, I just ordered some on Amazon. It's from Bob's Red Mill, and it looks like this. And it's an intact whole grain, very high fiber, high protein from Africa. And it is just super quick, 30 minutes in the Instant Pot. 1 part sorghum and 3 parts water. So that's what's in my bowl today as my grain. And that's about it.